What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Nothing But Skills, and today I'm bringing you another division video. First thing I want to tell you guys is thank you guys for all the support you have been showing my channel. It means a lot to me. If you're new to my channel and this is the first time you're watching a video, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up. And after watching this video, if you still have any questions, use the comment section down below. So I've been playing a lot of PvP lately, and I've been testing a lot of builds. I've got melted with some builds, I've melted people with some builds, and I've been trying to see what build really is the best right now for PvP and trying to get the right balance of firearm, stamina, and electronics with each build. And that's where testing the build in PvP comes into play the most. And I think I finally found a build that a lot of you guys are gonna really like. I'm gonna consider this one of the best PvP builds for 1.8, so let's get into the build. The first thing you're gonna notice right off the bat is I'm running a 6-piece classified striker set. Now I did a PVE build video with this, and this build works amazing in PVE, but I changed it up a little. I did a lot of tweaks, and now I think I found the perfect balance of a classified striker PvP build. So if we look at my firearms, it's 5,478. We look at my toughness, it's 7,680, and my electronics is 2,845. For the chest piece, it's rolled stamina. It has skill haste, health, and increased kill XP. The mods I'm running are firearm mods with skill haste. For the mask, it's rolled stamina. Major attribute is critical hit chance, and minor attribute is blind death resistance. With this build to be effective in PvP, the way I have it set up, you must roll critical hit chance on the mask for the extra 4%. The mods I'm running on the mask are firearm mods with skill haste. For the knee pads, they're rolled stamina. The major attribute is critical hit damage. The minor attributes are bleed, blind, death, and burn resistance. For the major attribute on the knee pads, I really recommend you running critical hit damage, because what you want to do with this build is stack as much critical hit chance as you can and then stack as much critical hit damage as you can. For the mods, I'm running firearm mods with skill haste and performance mods with first aid self heal. For the holster, it's roll critical hit chance. I really recommend you running critical hit chance on here instead of health or reload speed, just because we're trying to get that max critical hit chance. For the gloves, they're rolled skill haste, SMG damage, critical hit chance. I'm choosing to put critical hit chance on here instead of critical hit damage, because just like I said before, my goal is to stack as much critical hit chance as possible and still have a pretty high critical hit damage. And also, since I'm using SMG as my primary, I put SMG damage and I took off the shotgun damage it used to have. For my backpack, I'm rolled stamina. Major attribute is skill power. Minor attribute is ammo capacity. Now you could switch out the major attribute for critical hit damage to hit a little bit harder, but I feel like I found the perfect balance of critical hit chance, critical hit damage already, and then this extra skill power just gives me a little bigger heal. For the mods, I'm running firearm mods with skill haste, then performance mod with first aid self heal. Now one thing you're gonna notice is all my armor rolls are really low and all my stats aren't maxed out, and that's because I'm trying to save as much division tech as possible, and I'm not fully optimizing this gear. This gear would only get better if I fully optimize it and then recalibrate a couple things. So let's get into the weapons which make the build. So to get as much critical hit chance as possible, you really need to run an SMG with this build. And the reason why is because SMGs come with base critical hit chance. Now the max critical hit chance on an SMG right now is 23%. And I fully optimized this MP5 just to see how much damage I could put out. So this MP5 has 23% critical hit chance, a base damage of 17.4k with the amount of firearms I have. It has a responsive, damage is increased by 10% when closer than 10 meters to the target. It has deadly, critical hit damage is increased by 15%, and it has competent. Weapon damage is increased by 10% for 15 seconds after using a skill. Now, if you're going to run competent with this build, it needs to be in the bottom slot because that slot is always unlocked, and it requires too much electronics for what I plan on running with this build. As you see, my electronics is only 2,845, and competence around 3,800 that you need to unlock it. So having it in the bottom slot, you don't have to worry about the electronics. You just have to worry about the firearms from deadly, and then the firearms and stamina from responsive. For the mods, I'm running a pro red dot sight that has 18% critical hit damage, 6% headshot damage, and 2.5 critical hit chance. For the suppressor, I'm running a 7.5 critical hit chance, 6% headshot damage, and 4% critical hit damage. For the small grip, I'm running critical hit damage, stability, accuracy. And for the extended mag, I'm running magazine size, critical hit chance, and rate of fire. For my secondary, I'm running the Showstopper, which is great for getting the striker stack. The stagger is 318%, damage is 65,000. The talents I'm running are brutal. Headshot damage is increased by 12% when using this weapon. Responsive damage is increased by 10% when closer than 10 meters to the target. And then in Showstopper, your accuracy with this weapon is increased the fewer shells you have left in the magazine. For the mods, I'm running critical hit chance, critical hit damage, headshot damage, And for the underbarrel, I'm running optimal range, critical hit damage, and accuracy. So if you go into my character, you're going to see I'm running critical hit chance of 50% on my SMG and critical hit damage of 90%, and that's without a pulse. And players in PvP run Concealer 50% of the time, and that's why stacking as much critical hit chance with low firearms and having really good critical damage is going to work really good with this build. And another great thing about running an SMG with the striker build, a lot of your hits are going to be more on target because the gun's not going all over the place. The recoil is really low and the stability on the SMGs are really good. The headshot damage is 62%, enemy armor damage is 15%. I'm running 32% skill haste. My max health is 357,000. My toughness is 520,000. And then my armor mitigation is only 31,000. And that's because I haven't fully optimized this gear set. Now, if I start playing this gear set more, I'll waste a division tech. But I'm really trying to save them for the new gear sets that are dropping tomorrow and the next global event. For the skills, I either run a Concealer, which gives me an extra 8% critical hit chance and an extra 8% critical hit damage. Or since I'm already running 50% critical hit chance and 90% critical hit damage, I'll run an immune box because a lot of people in PvP are running the shock turrets, and this comes back every 24 seconds. And then of course, for my heal, I'm running the overdose, which heals me at 92,000 and comes back every 37 seconds. For my talents, I'm running triage, heal an ally with the skill to reduce skill cooldowns by 15%, critical save, use a medkit during low health to increase damage resistance by 20% for 10 seconds, combat medic, use a medkit near allies to heal group members and proxies within 20 meters by 40%. Strike back, reach low health to reduce active skill cooldowns by 20%. And if you want, you can always switch out combat medic for on the move, where you kill a hostile while moving to reduce incoming damage by 15% for 10 seconds. This is great for PvP because a lot of times when you kill an agent, there's other agents shooting you, and you'll get that extra 15% reduced incoming damage. Now the reason why this build is so good with running the SMG and running low firearms and high stamina is because of what the 6-piece striker does. If you guys don't know, I'm just going to go over it with you really quick. The set 2 bonus gives you 20% stability. Set 3 bonus gives you 10% enemy armor damage. Set bonus 4 is the striker battle gear. Every consecutive hit deals 1% more damage, stacks up to 100%. Missing shots drops bonus by 2%. Bonus is reduced by 1% every second. Bonus can be paused by EMP and is lost when exiting combat. Set bonus 5, an extra 10% stability and 5% enemy armor damage. And set bonus 6, striker persistence. Every hit adds a self-healing bonus for 0.02% of max health per second. This bonus is increased by 0.05%. For every 3,000 stamina, stacks up to 100 hit. Missing shots drops a bonus by 1 stack. The bonus is reduced by 2 stacks every second. Also, the 6th talent improves the striker's battle gear, which is every hit increases the bonus damage of the striker battle gear by an additional 1%. Missing shots drops the bonus damage from the striker battle gear by 1%, and the bonus is reduced by 2% every second. So that's why this build is really effective, and I feel like this is going to be one of the main builds moving forward. And we do have 2 of the better gear sets dropping tomorrow, Predator's Mark and Nomads. So if you don't have any classified gear sets, I really recommend you grinding the next week. From Tuesday to Tuesday, you're going to have a chance of getting classified gear, exotic weapons, and stock up as much as you can. I'm going to put out a video tomorrow of the easiest way to get GE credits for people who don't have really good gear sets and can't do the incursions, and it's really simple and really fun to do. So that pretty much wraps up this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this build. If you still have any questions on it, let me know in the comment section. I just want to say thank you guys again for all the support, and if you guys need anything, let me know in the comments. But for now, I'm going to get back to grinding, guys. I have a couple videos I need to get ready for the next global event. And hopefully the next global event, you guys can get a lot of classified gear sets. And then that way, we can all be on an even playing field and just have fun in the Dark Zone, Last Stand, and in PvP. I just want to say to everybody who's new to my channel, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up. And for now, guys, if you don't see me in the Dark Zone, it's only a matter of time. Nothing but skills is out.
You got 5 kills left.